Okay, drop your lazy line then, darling. Sorry, your bow line, yeah. Okay, now go and use the bow line, lazy line to pull us out a little bit. And then drop it. Tell me when it's gone. Is it dropping here?
Hello sailors and welcome back to the south of Spain. Step on board Reach Out, our Catalina 400 sailboat. We are Faye, Rob and Dewey the Welsh Terrier, and this is Sailing Here. Coming up this week, a fantastic sail to the historic port of Cartagena, followed by some stressful docking.
Babes, you need to find out where we're going to be berthing here, like, because I'm not sure.
We take in some history, and Rob shares his Gazpacho recipe. Yum! But first, I need to get the fenders in.
Well, the show must go on. Very happy to leave Garucha after 4 days. I mean, like I say, cheap, €22. But until they build a southern breakwater, or breakwater that gives a bit of cover from the south, can't recommend the place. Like, even without any wind, still a lot of swell, which we found out last night. Well, hey, so up bright and early and off today for a long passage, 48 nautical miles due northeast to Cartagena, place I've been looking forward to go in for a very long time. Very old city, lots to see, lots to do. But we've just got these 48 nautical miles to get in the books first. There's no wind at the moment, first thing in the morning, but the forecast shows it building to about 17 knots in the afternoon, which will be tremendous. I hope it stops there, because for the last few days the weather forecasts have been wildly off. Just sat there watching the kind of 30 knot winds come in and see 7 knots on the forecast. Means I feel a bit anxious this morning. You know, we've been battered a few times now by strong winds on some passages so far. Maybe it's because it's early in the season. I've got no idea. But yeah, I'm not trusting the forecasts at all. So when I see 17, I'm like, well, is that going to be like 37? But we'll have to see. Some wind is better than no wind, of course. So we're just motoring up there at 5 knots. Should be there by about 6 o'clock tonight. I'm going to raise, so taking the slack on the hand already. Okay. Couple of hours in, wind started to arrive. 10 knots now on the starboard beam. Currently on sailing angle, I would say somewhere between a reach and a close reach. What's that? Reach, close reach? Who knows? Full sails are up. Engines off. 10 knots. Oh, between 9 and 11 knots, giving us 4.5 knots speed over ground. Not too shabby. A little bit slower than we would like for a passage this long, but the engine will give us 5 knots. So, you know, doing 4.5 is not really worth running it and burning 2 litres of fuel an hour just for an extra half a knot. So we'll continue like this. The wind should build through the day. Like I said before, should get up to 17-ish. Probably means 27 stroke 37. We'll see. Yui's asleep. Little noses dribbling all over the cushion there, as you can see. How cute, man. And Faye is currently
looking at footage.
Looking at footage.
And enjoying the peace and the quiet.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's a nice. Get your teeth brushed, man, you daft sod.
Well, this is very nice. We are still twiddling along at 4.8 knots. We've got 10 knots of wind on the beam. Sea's basically flat. It's just a beautiful day. I'm very lucky because below deck Rob is making quesadillas. I love quesadillas. You've got a quesadilla and a Welsh Terrier.
Quesadilla hound.
Oh yes.
That's not bad. 8 knots of wind, 4.7 knots of boat speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll take that, won't we?
We shall indeed.
What's this? Is this a tin of Heinz tomato soup? No, it's not. I can't stand the shit. Horrible. Always hated that. Ugh. Anyway, what it is, it's some Gazpacho, a cold tomato soup. Very popular all across Spain, but very, very much so in the south of Spain where we are, where it's hotter. And to say that it cools you down is a massive understatement, like.
It's so refreshing, isn't it?
It's so refreshing, it really is. It's got like tomatoes, cucumbers, olive oil, bit of garlic, a little bit of bread in there as well, I believe. I'll tell you something, darling, I think we might be able to make some of this.
I'd love it if you made some. Can we make
Get to
some?
Cartagena and I'll make you some.
Yes! Love it!
5.5 hours in, 27 miles done, so averaging just over 5 knots there. Perfect. Afternoon wind starting to fill in a little bit, 13 knots now, doing 5.8 knots. Lovely, still on the beam. I was not expecting a beam reach today. The wind is supposed to be coming from the southwest, and like it has done for the last 3 days, as we found out in Garucha, it's actually been coming from the southeast, and it still is today as well, meaning we're on a reach rather than a broad reach. Fantastic point of sail though, comfortable, fast. And probably just about 4 hours to go-ish now, depending on how much speed we get up across the afternoon. So should be in about 6 o'clock-ish. Yes, nice result. Well, I don't want to count the chickens, ladies, but after the last couple of sails we've had, we've kind of needed this, right?
Yeah, we're very relaxed.
It's so nice.
Like you said, it might fill in later. We might like end up having to stick a reef in, but at the minute it doesn't appear so.
I think as long as it doesn't get to like 40 odd knots, or even 30 odd knots really, I'll be happy. Kind of like, I'm almost expecting it now, because it's happened so often. But we shall see. Afternoon wind, starting to fill in. Although it's only filled in at 16 knots, I can take 16 knots. Forecast said 16 knots maximum. We know what we think about those. So we have picked up speed. We are doing 6.7 knots now. Tremendous. Love it. Wind's still on the beam. My wind indicator is now like 20 or 30 degrees off of where it should be. So it thinks we're kind of like just off a close reach. But we're not. We're on a reach. I think it might have reset itself the other day in the gale that happened. Not too sure, so I'm going to have a look at that. An hour to go, 43 miles in. If Carlsberg made sails, it would look something a little bit like this today. I did watch as the wind peaked out at 18 knots, and I was thinking, oh god, here we go again. I'm starting to feel a bit anxious, if I'm honest. But it didn't go any higher. It didn't even go into anything beginning with a 2. So happy about that. No crap, awful swell today either. So. Even though we are now downwind, the wind has veered around a little bit. It's fine on a broad reach. There's no threatening to drive or anything like that. So yeah, looking forward to getting in. 1 hour to go. Made pretty good time. 9 hours it'll be for 48 miles. Not bad. I think we might be next to this boat along here. I'm not sure.
Okay, so I would probably bring the fenders a bit higher then, wouldn't you?
If it is that, yeah.
We'll look out.
20 knot crosswind, just to berth in. Always nice. The wind completely died off on the approach in, so we had to motor in, but now we've come into the marina, 20 knots. What do you mean? Anyone else get all this all the time?
This is reach out. We are in the marina, but we cannot see you. Over. Oh, right.
In there?
Yeah. See right at the end there.
How the hell am I supposed to get alongside that?
Yeah, I wonder if you could help us. We're just cutting
What?
out of the Ascar yard and coming back to our first G35. If you could help us with a line, that would be great. Over. With the Lavaggio out the way, that'll lead.
Babes, you need to find out where we're going to be berthing here, like, because I'm not sure.
Understood. We'll wait for your call then. Over.
This is reach out. We are coming straight towards you. Over to our port. So you see it's gone off in the buggy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when
After 4 days in Garucha, I can tell you what, that shower was a religious experience. I think I finally got the taste of cement out of my mouth, which is always nice. If I coming out that door there, into the sun, feeling clean, I can smell deodorant, I can smell shower gel. I feel like I've just come through a bloody birth canal or something. I feel born again. Maybe this is what these religious experiences are like. I wouldn't recommend the pilgrimage to Garucha, so you can repeat my evangelical experience. Maybe just, I don't know, carry on doing what you're doing. But either way, oh, it feels good to be clean. Of course, I'm clean, but the boat is not. Poor Reach Out is covered in cement dust and juice from lazy lines and all kinds of crap. So tomorrow she's going to get a bath.
A natural harbour, Cartagena has been a strategic port for over 2 millennia. Founded by the Carthaginians, conquered by the Romans, and fortified through centuries of naval warfare, this is a city with its history proudly on display, and we loved exploring. So we have come exploring. We've come off the beaten track. We've kind of meandered away from the main squares and come up a bit of a side street to get a little bit of tapas and try some of the local comida, and it looks very nice.
So here we've got some smoked anchovies, and here we have some what was it? Gara, which is some kind of roe, and some olives to start off with. Obviously with some cerveza and some water. And look at the size of the cheeks on that. We have the good old carriada. Beautiful pork cheeks. Couple of drinks on a lunchtime. Loads of food. Great food as well. £29.
Delicious.
Now
Loved
that's
it.
what I call value for money. Economico. So behind that inconspicuous door lies something quite special and old. Not us. We're not special. Something to do with the Romans, I believe. Let's have a look.
Built in the 1st century BC under Emperor Augustus, the Roman Amphitheatre of Cartagena could hold 6,000 spectators. But over time it was buried beneath newer buildings and a 13th century cathedral, where it remained hidden until 1988, when it was discovered by accident during construction work behind said cathedral. Excavation began shortly after the discovery, and the amphitheatre is now one of Cartagena's most important archaeological sites.
That was pretty amazing.
That was cool, I enjoyed that.
Very, very interesting. Although, I mean, it's €7 to get in each. You
A
can
little
just
guide or something would be good, wouldn't it?
yeah, you don't. Well, we didn't get one. And yeah, you can just walk around it. Actually, as a lot of people were, and you can just look in. I probably would do that actually. Save myself €14.
Yeah.
Still great though, lovely to see.
Yeah, I feel like the €14 was access to like the little museum area that you walk through to then get
Right.
into it. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can just walk along the top and see that.
We've run out of gazpacho and I've been tasked with making some more. These are the ingredients. How healthy does that look? Surely got to be good for you. Got some cucumber, some rosa tomatoes. These are special Spanish tomatoes. They're so soft and juicy, tremendous. We've got some white onion, we've got some green peppers, we've got some bread, some olive oil, and you're supposed to use sherry vinegar, but Faye's lost ours. So I'm going to be using a little bit of Worcester sauce and some apple cider vinegar. And with a bit of Moroccan influence, I'm going to put a pinch of cumin in there as well. So we need to prepare these vegetables. So with these tomatoes, you just need to take out the seeds and any tough white bits. And with the pepper, we're just going to look to core and seed it. Not really much to these ones, to be honest with you, so they can be fine like that. Cucumber, peel it and take the seeds out. And with the onion, just sliced, or roughly chopped rather. Just slice it, again, just roughly is fine. Then toss it all in a jug, a big jug. And then we need, I guess, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Sherry vinegar is what you want, but Faye's, like I say, Faye's lost it.
I didn't touch it.
3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Just a touch of cumin, half a teaspoon or so. Salt, pepper. We're also going to put in some bread. Now, some people just sit the bread in the gazpacho to let it soak and soften, and then they blend it. But others say run it under some water and then wring out the water and just bang that in and does it straight away. So that's what we're going to do. And they say to leave it soaking for like 10 minutes or so. And then just wring out the water. While the bread's soaking, let's just start the zuzzing.
I'm nervous.
They said, is there any risk of this just going absolutely everywhere?
That would be a nightmare. Oh. Yui's come to investigate.
What's going on here?
Just like, Yui, hello. You don't like gazpacho.
Now zuzz the bread in.
It pains me that we can't eat this straight away.
It has to be chilled for 4 hours. Lets the flavours meld, and it should be served really, really cold, and it isn't. I tasted it, because I'm the chef. It's pretty delicious. Less than 20 minutes, homemade gazpacho.
4 hours to go.
World's greatest author tries homemade gazpacho for the first time.
Oh. Oh, that's good.
Tremendous.
That is zingy. It tastes healthy.
It is, because it is healthy. Exactly, Mondo.
It just tastes like it wakes you up. It's...
Yeah, nice.
Oh, yes. Here's a close-up. It's really thick with the bread. Love it. Well, that was a little cup of joy. Have you had gazpacho before, or does the idea of cold soup kind of make you go, ugh? Let us know in the comments.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Have you born? Oh, you know what to do with it. Go on, punch it. Did you enjoy that, darling? I think you did. Happy birthday. Still some more on that. Good girl. It's Sunday morning. I'm in the water. That's the boat. This is the dinghy. We're getting ready to do some anchoring now, which is I'm really looking forward to. So we've got our next couple of stops kind of planned out. So today is all about ensuring that the dinghy, which has been in winter storage, is all fine, is all clean, and you know it's holding its air, it's keeping inflated and stuff. But also making sure that the outboard engine, which powers the dinghy, is working too. So this is the dinghy, all nice and cleaned up, holding its air quite nicely. We'll leave it inflated overnight as well, just to make sure that yeah, it doesn't go down at all. We're quite lucky. We inherited this dinghy, which was pretty much brand new when we bought the boat, and we also inherited this old 3.3 Mariner petrol outboard engine. It's from 1999, but you wouldn't think it. I think it's been really lightly used. I've just fired her up, and she started first time, which I really couldn't believe, and I think that was really due to the way we decommissioned it last season. So we ran the fuel tank dry, we ran the carburetor dry of fuel, and gave the whole thing like a proper clean down and stuff like that, and cleaned all the spark plugs out and stuff, and lo and behold, she's come out the bag, and it's like, yeah, it's like it was last used yesterday. Really pleased with it. So hopefully we are ready to do some anchoring and get into shore a little bit easier. The sound of success. A bocarones al vinagre. Anchovies in vinegar. Oh, is there a better beer snack than these?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure, like, and guess who else likes them? Faye likes them, of course, but guess who else likes them?
The captain.
We've decided that they're good for her joints. You know, with the oil and that. Yeah. You love them, don't you? Yeah? Kiss, kiss. Thank you.
Next week, things heat up as we continue the journey and anchor in an abandoned marina. Will this derelict port be a hit or a miss? Like, comment, share and subscribe, or buy us a coffee if you're feeling generous. As always, my nautical friends, fair winds.